Hi, I'm Mark Auletta, Vice President of Operations with Bauer here in Bristol, Connecticut. Bauer was founded in 1916 as an electrical contracting firm in Hartford. Then we started building commercial hot water heaters, and in the 1950s we took on to build a temperature simulator for Pratt & Whitney, and we've been in the aircraft industry ever since. Bauer is a family-owned and run organization. There are currently 3 Aulettas involved with Bauer. My brother Lou Auletta is president and CEO. Michael Auletta, Lou's son, my nephew, is our director of Asia sales, and I'm vice president of operations. We have 110 employees here, a combination of engineers, manufacturing, and different support functions. We serve the aerospace market worldwide. Airlines, overhaul shops, OEMs, and the military. Behind me is a representation of projects that we have on the floor right now, covering fuel, pneumatic, and hydraulic systems. Behind me is a main fuel pump control test stand for Air France. It's about halfway through assembly at this point. A test stand like this is about a year-long delivery, from date of order through various months of design, and then into fabrication, assembly, and finally checkout. So in about 6 weeks' time, this will move into checkout, and then the customer will come here for factory acceptance. Ultimately, it'll end up over in France, at Air France, and it'll be used in their overhaul shop. Behind me is a project for Spring Airlines in China. It is a hydraulic linear test stand and HPU, which stands for hydraulic power unit. A test stand like this is a little over a year-long delivery from date of order. It goes through the design phase. What you're seeing now is just the initial stages of assembly. In a few weeks' time, assembly will conclude, and then we'll move into checkout, at which time the engineers get very involved with testing all of the components and making sure that they work to the specifications that it was designed for. This test stand is a fuel accessory stand for Boeing. It's for their military division. It's ultimately going to end up overseas in the Middle East. It's about a 2-year-long project. So from the date of order, we're working through several months of design, various preliminary and critical design phases, and then into production, starting with fabrication and into assembly. And the point we're at here now is checkout. So this test stand, we've been running components on it, engine components, for the last several weeks. The customer is coming in a couple weeks' time for factory acceptance. And then the test stand will be disassembled into 3 or 4 sections, crated, and shipped to the customer. Behind me is a main fuel pump and control test stand for Collins Aerospace. This test stand supports the Airbus A220 engine. Bauer is proud to be a member of Manufacturer CT. And for us, it's all about networking. We have access to hundreds of other manufacturing companies around the state. And it's really the educational forums and programs that Manufacturer CT puts on. Some are regulatory and compliance, some are about recruitment and retention, others just industry best practices. We've even, through all these relationships, developed some really key vendor relationships that support our business. If I have any business problem to solve, I often will call on one of these member companies for opinion and advice, or I'll call a manufacturer CT board member, and they always point me in the right direction.